someone asked the question, what are the benefits of enlightenment? This is always coming from, what am I going to get out of this? When we hear the word benefits, it's always something that you are attaining, something that has been added onto you, something that you will be receiving. But I want you to consider that asking the question, what are the benefits of enlightenment? The benefits are actually everything that you lose, everything that falls away. Suffering falls away, unhappiness falls away, conflict falls away, bondage falls away, separation falls away, pride falls away, jealousy falls away, hatred falls away, blame falls away, guilt falls away, shame falls away, boredom falls away. Dullness falls away. Numbness falls away. Lack falls away. Impatience falls away. Insecurity falls away. So many things, too many to name. There's just too many to name. Surprised that many just came to me right now. So the benefits are counterintuitive, because when we ask, what are the benefits? It's like, what am I going to get? What's this all about? What am I going to get at the end? Like, why go through this process? I want to be guaranteed something at the end. But it's ironic because it's about everything that falls away. It's about everything that you lose. That you lose loneliness. You lose lack. You lose unhappiness. So it's not like a bunch of positive things are added to you. It's more in the sense of you're losing what you consider to be the negative things. You're losing everything that you are suffering from. You're suffering from jealousy. You're suffering from guilt. You're suffering from shame. You're suffering from... the list goes on. So we can summarize it and just say, well, it's the end of suffering. Suffering from loneliness and lack. Suffering from boredom. Suffering from worry. Suffering from stress. Suffering from anxiety. suffering from resentment, suffering from bitterness, suffering from grudges, suffering from the past, suffering from the future. That's why we can simply just group all of that together and say it's the end of that. Which is why we actually explore suffering. Because at first, when someone says that word, it's kind of like triggers you. It's kind of, you hear it, but you don't really know it. You're not that familiar. It just kind of feels like a dirty word that you don't want to see. You don't want to hear about it. The world is suffering, but I'm not. You're ignoring it. When really it's a signal. It's calling for your attention. So we turn the attention to the suffering. You get familiar. This loneliness that you're feeling, this lack, this guilt, this shame, this blame, this bondage. You start to really know the suffering. So then when it's presented, well, enlightenment is the end of all of that. You're no longer seeing it as, well, something to add to you. You've known it so well that, of course, I want to be free from this. Of course, I want to be free of the suffering. And by getting to know that suffering, you're also getting to know what you're not. Simultaneously, you're getting to know what you are. And when you become more familiar with what you are, you become more familiar with what you are compared to being more familiar with the suffering. And when you are more familiar with what you are, without a doubt, absolute certainty, 100% clarity, what you are not simply drops. It falls away. That the suffering falls away. That without careful exploration, without paying attention to the suffering, you fail to realize that actually what you thought yourself to be was synonymous with suffering. But by exploring it thoroughly, you come to see that I am not that. I am not my suffering. And you come to realize what you are. And by realizing what you are not effortlessly falls away. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.